da 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 bum bum da 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 it's filling. Da 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 bum 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 shomer shomer Israel shomer shomer Israel shemor sheli Israel shemor sheli Israel ve'al yovan ve'al yovan ve'al yovan Israel haomrim shema Israel. Boker Tov, Chaver. We have something fun for the next probably 3 to 4 sessions of Bnei Machshava Tova. It's something I wanted to get to for a long time. Akol Beito, Morning Ephraim. Open up please to page 41 in the Bnei Machshava Tova, Ot Yud Chet, page 41. And this is something that Mamash obviously is very close to my heart, close to many of our hearts. And that is, how do we incorporate Olam HaNiggun, the power of a Niggun, into everything we've been talking about for so long. This sefer has been very much about how we mechazek the Machshava, observing our thoughts, purifying, strengthening, refining the thoughts. Also meditation, visualizations, imagining, all those things as well. And yet here, it's like he could have said in the beginning, but that would have been too easy. Here now the Piasetzner is going to bring us to this beautiful world, Olam HaNiggun. Anyone here fluent in Yiddish? Anyone here know basic Yiddish? Eli, do you know Yiddish? No? There's one word here that I forgot what it means. I guess okay. I guess we can even do without it. Ari.
Just what's the word?
I also looked on this, like Google Dalet Ayin Reish Fei Vav Nun. I couldn't find it. Derfun. Ari, this is mamish horrible.
It's so bad that it's good for you.
It's so good. This is awful.
It's not sweet.
You should not say brachas on this. Or maybe like Diane, I don't know, whatever. I don't want to say that. This is an awful cup of life. That's what he was offering.
Take your cup of life.
Take your cup of life back. All right. So page 41, Ot Yud Chet. Let's have some really, really strong learning today. B'ezrat Hashem. Learn for the continued refuah shlema of Yosefa bat Chaya Leah. That's Joe Brook, who had a important surgery on Friday. Should have a refuah shlema. Ita b'sefer Beis Aaron. Does anyone know the book Beis Aaron? Beit Aaron? Very important sefer. Aaron Karliner. Aaron of Karlin. Very important sefer. Ita b'sefer Beit Aaron. Ala pasuk Tashuri Merosh Amana. Those words sound familiar. Does anyone know when we just came across those words recently? Tavoi Tashuri Merosh Amana. Right. Is that the one that you missed? That comes that you weren't at? Anyway, so you give us this, I'm giving it back to you. And Maya. Tavoi Tashuri Merosh Amana. Yes, it's that song that I had asked Yosef to play at the end of the Kumzitz. Tavoi Tashuri Merosh Amana. V'zeh Leshon HaKadosh. The greatest emunah Vifel Ayud Hat is singing the Rosh Derfun. The greatest emunah that a Yid can come and get to is singing the Rosh Derfun. I don't know the what the end over here means.
Says from here.
Huh?
Translate says from here.
From here?
From here.
Okay, let's see what Derfun. Okay, let's see Derfun. Yeah, I guess from here. Ad kan Leshon HaKadosh. So what does that mean? אין כוונתנו לבאר את עניין הנגינה ועולם הנגינה בזה. We're not going to now dissect the whole world of nigina, of the power of what a niggun is in the world of niggunim. כי דיברנו עתה, because everything we've been talking about up until now is רק איך ידלה כל איש באיזה מצב שהוא מים חיים ממקור נשמתו. Because what we've been talking about until now was how should a person lidlot, you know what lidlot mayim means? To draw water. All we've been talking about is how is a person supposed to, in any situation that he's in, be drawing water, living water, from inside. From here, therefore. From inside. Mimekor nishmato. This whole book that the PSS is saying, we're trying to help you go to a place where you draw water, where you stop doing Rebbe hopping, or stuff like that. But that you realize you just don't know how to tap into your neshama. But it's all there. It's all there. Everything is right there, and that's what the Sefer has been. Ech lidlot ma'im chayim mimekor nishmato v'yigale et hakol hachai asher bekirbo. And he will reveal, and a person will reveal the living kol, the living voice that exists amongst you. I once saw a performer say, quite often, he was repeating this while he was singing to the crowd. He said, let's find our voice, let's find our voice. Let's find our voice, not inner voice. Let's just find our voice. I found that to be it was very cool. Let's find our voice. I think that once you start to find your voice, you start to realize things that you start to answer a lot of the questions that you had beforehand. And we're going to see what that means in a bit. Now he starts to rip on Chazanim right now. Look what he does here. This is amazing. Al yakshe lecha. Halo ro'im anu chazanim. We see chazans, umenagdim gdolim, and great musicians, or great vocalists, shelibam rachok meHashem. Their hearts are far from Hashem. Hey Kenny, good morning. Shelibam rachok meHashem. Their hearts are far from Hashem. En emunah ve'en lev. They're not singing. They don't have emunah. They don't have a heart. Rachmana litzlan. Va'afilu bein. That's actually a very troubling thing. You ever have that experience where you see people singing? This is a very sensitive thing. I don't want to harp on this too much, but when you see there a chazan standing before the Amud and he's very conscious of everyone around him besides HaKadosh Baruch Hu, or you ever see like people that are playing music and they know that what's going to get the crowd is a niggun, but they have nothing to do with the niggun at all. It's just, we could score another gig if we play this song here.
The captain gave a whole share on this.
The captain has given hundreds, if not mamash, but this inyan itself. I think one of the main attractions we have to Rav Weinberg was his sensitivity to the world of nigunim. There were people that really, really wanted to play in that shul years ago, probably still do. B'shum panim v'ofen. Not a chance. He wouldn't let it. He wouldn't allow it. Mamash wouldn't allow it. In fact, he once gave me one Shabbos when I was there, years ago, in the beginning. He came in shul in the morning. We were talking about this on Friday night, and in shul in the morning he came over to me and gave me a kuntras, a scary kuntras, which kind of talks about that when you sing, when you just take words from the psukim and just put a melody on it that has nothing to do with each other, and in your mind it's just sales. It was some kind of a comparison to Hotzas Zera Levatala. On a crazy level.
I'll get you to stop recording music.
Just like some kind of a crazy, I don't know, this is years ago. I just remember it was such a harif, anyway.
He gave you a big bracha that you move on that. He said there's only a limited number of musicians that are singing from this type of pure place. You mentioned Barduner also, and that you should be able to continue to do that. That was like a real
Amen. Amen. So he says you see this by people, like they could sing and it's nothing to do, there's no emunah. He says, en emunah ve'en lev. It's no emunah, there's no heart. Rachmana litzlan. Va'afilu ben ha'akum yesh menagnim. We also have people that are non-Jewish that are also can get up and start singing a niggun. And I've seen this, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, but in the great synagogue choir, you ever been there on Shabbos? So there's a bunch of the chaver there in the choir are Russians that are not Yidden, that are professional sight readers, and they can sight singers, and they're on the bima on Shabbos with the talis.
Wow.
It's crazy. No, you never been there on Shabbos?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy stuff. כי הניגון הוא רק מין גילוי הנפש והרגשותיה. What's a nigun really all about? It's a little bit of a revelation of the soul and its emotions. That's what a nigun really is meant to be. ומתגלה בדיבור, it's revealed in speech, שמדבר האיש אל חברו, את מחשבותיו והרגשותיו של צער ושל שמחה, ועוד יותר בקולו. He says, what happens when two people sit together and they start sharing what's really going on in their heart, for real, when you have a real sichas chaverim, the P.S.S. says that's a gilui of the nefesh. That's a revelation of the soul. That's what this whole book has been about as well. Hidgalut HaNefesh, revealing that, remember we had a shir on this months ago. What about, what are the social scenes where you see that you don't see your nefesh becoming mitgaleh? Like in what settings are you conscious of that here, my soul, it's not that I'm in a bad place or a good place, but it's just, my soul is not being revealed in this place. My soul has not come to life in this place. So he's saying over here that when you have a real sichas chaverim for real, and two guys, you sit down on a beer, you sit down, you pour it out. He says that's a moment of hidgalut hanefesh, that the soul becomes revealed. He says if that's what happens with sichas hanefesh, and it could be sharing simcha, it could be sharing pain. He says ve'odoter bekolo, when you use it and it's through the voice. If that's what happens when you're using your voice just with speech with friends, al achas kama v'chama, can that happen when it's used through your voice in olam hanigun? Kmo she'ita basfarim hakadoshim, like it's brought down in the holy books. Raya al ze, a proof for this, שכאשר תתגבר צערו של האדם חס ושלום, when a person's tzaras overcome him and it's just, he can't see his way out of anything, and he's just surrounded and filled with pain, and he can't imagine not being in this place of pain. אי אפשר לו כבר לדבר, a person can't speak, so he can't use his voice for speaking what's going on because he can't verbalize any other scenario than to even describe. You ever been chas v'shalom? You should never be in that place. You're in such pain over what's going on that even if you were given the largest platform to verbalize what's going on, nothing would come out. Because at that point, the voice is not used, it's not meant for words. What does it bring you to? Rak tzoek uboche bekolo levad. It's just, you're using your voice, but it's not words anymore. It's bechia and sa'aka. It's screaming and crying. Now you all know that sometimes in the world of nigunim, what we want to express to Hashem, and it's without words, becomes much clearer than if I had a siddur and a bunch of words inside. So it always happens. Lachen, hanigun, shehu kolot smechin o meririm. That's why a nigun, that it's sounds, it's voices of, whether it's happiness or bitterness. A nigun can be both. And by the way, he does, Reb Shlomo, in the back of one of his albums, said something so prophetic, so ridiculously cool. He said, friends, in every one of my nigunim, there's a tear. He said, it's my gift to you. Don't wipe it off. In every one of my nigunim, there's a tear. It's my gift to you. Don't wipe it off your face. Not just the sad nigunim. Even in his happy nigunim, there's a tear there. I don't know if you've ever noticed this. Even nigunim that are very freilich, like a simcha wet, like a simcha nigun, right? At a wedding song or something, you can find the tear in that. We could try it, okay? Not to try to draw out tears right now actively, but to understand what Reb Shlomo meant when he said there's a tear in every one of my nigunim. So give me a happy Reb Shlomo nigun. It's like for a wedding. Enough. The first few notes, if you really mechav into the world of nigun. Okay, listen. Oidi shama. That's so deep. Oidi shama bi'ale Yehuda. Now what is that describing? Prophecy. One day, Od Yishama, it'll be heard in the hills of Judea. Mamash. Crazy. Uvechutzos Yerushalayim. For years, Yidden were singing this. One day they'll hear one day, enough said. Next. Give me another one. Very, very deep. Because that's even harder, because that's in major. If you know the difference between major and minor. So minor, what Toby sang was a minor, and it's in minor, but that's in major. Now, major Hirsch is naturally more freilich, right? Now, again, if you're not connecting to the Olam HaNiggun, okay, so nothing, right? Now, you want to sing it the way he did? If we could only get it together, it's there too. There's a hitgalut of the nefesh. There's a tear in that. We can keep on going.
Words you're saying
It's in the Niggun. The Niggun is supposed to bring out the words. Perush hamilot, and the Niggun is supposed to. Yeah, it's supposed to bring it. It's supposed to give it chi. It's supposed to give it life. And there's a tear behind each and every one of them. A tear is an expression of hitgalut hanefesh. What is a tear when it comes out? It's an expression of what's being revealed in your soul. And, oh my God, I can't believe I'm crying. Ever happened to you? I can't believe there's tears coming out. Good morning. That's me. That's the real nefesh saying, checking in. This is the real me. This is mamish, the real me. Maybe Shabbos, what happened on the Aliyah? The guy that just left right now. Remember what happened on Shabbos? Simon, you weren't here Shabbos morning. Some guy dreaming of coming to Eretz Yisrael. Not that old. He's not old. He's 34, 35. Dreaming coming to Eretz Yisrael. Gets an Aliyah. We sing with Shavubanim, like, even when someone moves down the street from, like, say Shemen down. It's happened many times. Some guy, like, I have, it's been sung to me, like, 5 times with Shavubanim. When I made Aliyah, when I got married and moved to we're living in the Dekel, they sang it for me there. Went to Neve Daniel, they're actually there, they didn't sing it for me. Sorry. They were back here, sang it so many times. Every time you moved, so his guy, he got up, he made Aliyah, right? Out of nowhere, he says the bracha. Then we start singing with Shavubanim Mivulam. He caught his face. He didn't plan that. Starts crying. And then we started crying. But all these things are moments of his galus and nefesh, of the revelation of the soul. The PSS is saying that's what the Niggun is for. So if that's not what's happening at all in your world of Niggunim, that's not where it's. I remember I was thinking about this last night. I had a moment. I had a concert in the Golan. I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. And it was right after this Niggun came out. Now that Niggun is from the Tzemach Tzedek. The Tzemach Tzedek was the third Rebbe in Lubavitch, Rebbe Nachum Mendel Schneerson, right? The first. We spent the summer spending 3 weeks learning mitzvahs Avas Yisrael, mainly based on the Tzemach Tzedek's sefer called Derech Mitzvah Secha. Now, that Niggun, so if that Niggun was written by that Yid, that tzaddik, there's, right? I was at a concert, and we were playing, and some guy, one of the musicians there, I never played with him before, so he said, we finished the song, and the crowd's waiting, and I'm already going into, okay, what kind of Torah do I want to say before the next song? So he's like, okay, אפשר לעשות tzemach tzedek. We can do tzemach tzedek. I froze. We can do tzemach tzedek. It's like it became a track. Yeah. We can do tzemach tzedek now. Now, what was he saying? I don't know if this is the kavana, but he was saying, now we can play a very...
Back out next.
Right. We could play a Heilige Zisa Niggun written by the third Rebbe of Lubavitch. That's not what he was saying. He was saying, okay, they need to, how do we keep them, we can give a hint now. And I froze. I remember his moment is etched in time for me, like, wow, I never ever want to treat the Olam HaNiggun like that. And then I said to myself, but if I'm judging him, then I'm worse than him. Mamish. If I'm judging him, what do I know what this guy was playing before he put a yarmulke on his head? What do I know where he's been? Right? So we have to catch ourselves there as well. Start going to places, are they really singing or are they not singing? It's not about anybody, but our avodat halev. This is not about anybody's lack of his galus hanefesh or overconsume. I don't know what. It's only about, that's the real avodah. It has nothing to do with anybody else. Okay, so he stated again, לכן הניגון שהוא קולות שמחים או מרירים, מעורר, we're almost done, מעורר את הרגשות האדם. It's supposed to awaken what you're really feeling inside. That's what a Niggun was given to us as a gift. The Niggun was given to you as a gift to awaken what's going on inside of you. Shebahem, that through these moments of revelation, nitzotzei ve'evarei hanefesh mitgalim. The sparks and the evarei hanefesh. What would you say?
Limbs of the soul.
Yeah, but what does that mean? The limbs of the soul.
No, the organ of the soul.
Organ of the soul. Okay. Yalla.
Now I get it.
Sorry, I should have said organs. I'm sorry, right? Okay, the organ of the soul.
Aspects of the
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's just not do a whole drush on this. That the aspects of the soul are revealed. Aval en od hechra ma yaseh ha'ish b'sha'a shemitregesh. But what isn't decided? What do I do with what I'm feeling? And that's the most threatening place for us. What am I supposed to do with this? Right? My soul's being revealed. I'm feeling something. Something's coming out. Eitz Hadas comes in right away and says, what are you going to do with, what are you supposed to do with this? Where he's saying, wait, chakeh shniya. Don't go there yet. Be in the moment. Titgaleh. Tichyeh. Be there. Like that's not, don't jump now to how am I supposed to use this, right?
Every Friday night happens to me.
Yeah?
Every Friday night I'm feeling it, and I'm thinking to myself, but am I really like singing to Hashem?
Right.
Like, am I really dancing to Hashem, or I just in it, but am I doing the right thing with it? Every Friday night.
Me too.
Yeah?
Me too. So me too.
Where does it come from, that voice? What is that voice? What does it say? Many of us struggle with that. What is that voice saying? Like, why is it there? Because we think that if I'm not doing something with an emotion, then it can't be real, or I can't be real. Is that what it's saying to us? If I was real, I'd know for sure the answer to the question. You know?
Just the fact that you're doubting the moment sometimes
Does it kill the moment? Does it kill it, Noach?
No.
I don't know.
It doesn't kill it, right?
No.
It's still there. Right.
I can kill it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It wounds it.
I swat it away.
You swat it away?
I swat it away.
You better kill me.
They leave me.
Sometimes it's just like.
Anyone else have that feeling that it kill? Yeah?
It's like, is this just about the friends? Is this about the moment, about raising ourselves up? Or is it about, but I think ultimately they're both towards Hashem.
So what is he saying it's about? He's not even talking about Hashem.
Revealing your own.
He's not, forget about it, he's not even talking about Hashem. He's saying here, it's about your hitgalut hanefesh, about you getting to know you.
Well, maybe the next time somebody feels this self-doubt, they can just remind themselves. The fact that there's self-doubt coming into the picture means that you've begun to reveal your nefesh. That's exactly what's just happened. And then just go into that space. That's maybe an abode of that.
And maybe part of the Bnei Machshava too. I mean, the whole thing is about this idea of friendship and of being together. And maybe part of it is accepting that, I'm here and I'm with my friends and I'm singing, and my soul is being revealed through the feeling I'm getting from the
Being together.
From being
We
together.
were raised having to make sense of everything. Everything had to get filed and put into its compartment, into its box, and then that's the box that it got to live in. But we're all living in one box. It's all inside one box. You don't have to make little boxes inside that. In fact, that's where you go wrong. So if you have self-doubt coming in, Baruch Hashem, your nefesh is being revealed to you.
Therefore, that's exactly why he's saying, there's no, you didn't get to that place yet of saying, why? Now, why didn't you get to that place of saying what I have to do with this? Because you don't have to. And that's what we're going to continue from Tuesday. B'ezrat Hashem. We'll have a longer session, and if the women share now, but Tuesday morning, B'ezrat Hashem, we'll have a longer session in this, all right? Yishar Koach, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful week.